Okay, hi everyone, get ready with me as I talk about what it's like to be a 25-year-old in college. Should be fun. Katabi lang natin sila. Mga ano po yan, manok ni Uncle sa baba, ang aming landlord. So, yeah, welcome everyone to the first ever video of 2026. I don't have any script for this or even bullet points, so this might come out very all over the place, but that's okay. Today, my siblings and I are gonna go a thrift market. Mag-uukay kami. I'm actually looking for a bag, like a vintage bag. Hopefully I find a really good one. And anyways, let's get into it, shall we? So yeah, like I said, I am 25 years old and currently I'm a freshman in college. Papasok na kami sa second sem, which is pretty exciting. The program that I'm taking is actually Bachelor of Elementary Education, which I'm really excited about. So far, my experience has been really good. At first, it was actually very scary. So to give you a bit of a timeline, I graduated grade 12, I was 24. And now, I'm 25 and in college, freshman in college. Isn't that crazy? Because, you know, an ideal life would be 18 years old, you're in college, and then by the time you're 21, 22, you've graduated and everything, you've already figured out your life. As you can see, I haven't. Really, it's such a crazy journey, and the reason why I wanted to film this was because I think it's one of my greatest achievements last year. The reason why I'm only starting college now was because nag-stop ako due to financial and personal problems, and for a while, because of my age, it took me a lot of like acceptance of where I'm at and acknowledging that hindi masusunod yung timeline ko sa life ko. And of course, it also took me a lot of pagswallow ng pride before actually deciding na bumalik sa school, bumalik sa pag-aaral, get my life back together, get out of my head, and just do it. To be perfectly transparent, one of the main reasons kaya mas na-delay yung pagbalik ko sa school was because I was in my head. I was very insecure about not being able to follow the timeline na I planned for my life. Because I was this girl who had such big dreams, dreaming about going to Harvard. I wasn't sure how I was gonna do that, but you know, I was dreaming about it. I had all these things planned, like starting a business and all of that. You know, experiencing being a teenager or growing up together with my batchmates. I had friendships that, you know, we had plans together, yung mga circle of friends ko at the time. Granted, I don't talk to much of them now, but that's also partly because of my issues. Kasi nga, I was so shy about the situation I was in. I started to feel embarrassed of my life. At the same time, I felt so defeated. Kasi nga parang napag-iiwanan na ako. You know, yung mga kabatch ko ngayon, if nakita ko pa kasi sila, kasi you know, I'm still friends with some of them on Facebook, and you know, we follow each other on Instagram. I see how their lives have completely changed, and you know, they grew up together with their circumstances. As for me, na para bang na-stuck na lang ako kung nasan ako at the time. It's one of the reasons why I haven't talked to a lot of the people na kabatch ko until now. Like, kamustahan lang, you know? And like, hearting each other's Instagram stories, greeting each other. But the friendship and the connection that we had back then, completely lost it. And it was a decision that I made because I guess, you know, looking back, parang at the time, I couldn't bear to see it, but also because, yun nga, nahihiya lang ako. I was embarrassed that I wasn't going to school that, you know, napag-iwanan ako. Crazy, diba? So, yun yung mga reasons why it took me a while to go back. Aside from the fact that, of course, as may factor doon yung finances, yung malaking factor din yung what was going on in my head. Because totoo naman yung sinasabi nila, pag gusto, may paraan, pag ayaw, maraming dahilan. And I'm gonna tell you, I didn't want to go back to school. If I were to go back to school, I had a lot of conditions. Hindi pa ito nangyayari, hindi naman ito yung pupuntahan ko, ganyan. So, medyo kaartehan ko na lang din yan. Maarte talaga. Ang arte ko. Arte siya. As if my choice siya. But also at the time, I had to take on a lot of responsibilities. It was overwhelming for me because it happened at such a young age. And also at the same time, you know, it was really consuming a lot of my energy and my time. So, yeah, those were the reasons. Kaya, hindi ako bumalik. And, I started to lose a sense of identity. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I wanted to become. I just let myself be swallowed by my circumstances. Alam mo yun, parang yun na lang yung tumatakbo sa buhay ko. Parang inaccept ko na lang siya. I was just going with the flow. And to be honest with you, that was such a dangerous mindset. Because again, like I said, I lost a sense of my identity. I felt so lonely. I felt so depressed. I felt hopeless. Na para bang. I felt like, you know, what's the point of even going back to school if I don't know what to do with my life? I was just letting life take me wherever it wanted to take me. And that was not good because life was going really bad. Talagang parang yung buong mundo ko was like crashing down around me. Many things were happening all at the same time. And I'm so grateful my dad was there to like knock some sense into me. Parang, girl, what are you gonna do? What are you doing with your life? I was like, I don't know. And you know, I was doing my quiet time with the Lord, and I would get so depressed sa idea, sa thought na my life was going nowhere. But at the same time, I wasn't doing anything about it because I got so used to living a life that, you know, had no direction, had nothing, that it started to feel safe and I started to feel comfortable in it. Experiencing anything new felt so scary. Nag-overthink na lang ako. In-overthink ko na lang lahat ng bagay. Hi! So, ayun. Ang big factor talaga was everything that was going on in my head. I was overthinking things, but also at the same time, I felt so not motivated to do anything. And you know, I felt like I just didn't have my priorities straight. I was so focused on making sure that the responsibility that was passed on to me, I was doing it well, and that I wasn't, you know, becoming a burden. Now, to be fair, my parents, my siblings, they never made me feel like that. It was really just all in my head. My dad just really pushed me, and I'm so grateful for my dad, honestly. Siya lang ang nag-push sa akin at ang nagsabing, girl, get off your ass, get out of your head, pull yourself together, and go back to school. I think at the time, my dad was also seeing how depressed I got and how sad I was. I don't know, feeling ko napansin na lang din niya na parang wala na akong gustong gawin sa buhay ko. So really, he said, why not go back to school, you know? And you know, in my head, I was like, it's not so bad at all kasi it's an opportunity to, get my life back together, you know, figure out what I actually want to do with my life, and just do something. Kasi nga, not the healthiest. Most of the time, I'm left alone with my thoughts, brain rotting, doom scrolling, everything that's not very healthy. So really, I'm just so grateful for my dad. And naiinis pa ako sa kanya noon. Kasi like, babalik naman ako eh. Pag ready na ako, babalik naman ako eh. Sasabihin ko sa'yo pag ready na ako. Like, that's my justification in my head. Na parang, No, just leave me alone, let me live my life. Pero kasi, if he chose to like look the other way, I would have still been a mess and like very sad and crazy. I'm like lonely. Like my life would have been very, not this. And I'm just really grateful na pinush niya talaga yon, na kahit nag-aaway na kami at nararamdaman niya na gusto ko na siyang sagutin, na napipikon na ako. At the end of the day, he had good intentions, I think the bigger issue here is, yun nga, natatapakan kasi yung pride ko. He's asking me to do this big thing, it felt really big for me. He's asking me to do that. Hindi naman ako sanay. I'm so used to hiding, I'm not someone na china-challenge yung sarili niya na mag-step out of her comfort zone. Kasi that felt really scary for me. So, ayun. I just grateful na pinush niya ako. Yung pag-push niya pa sa akin, hindi lang yung kinakausap niya ako everyday. Yung pag-push pa na dati sa akin, hindi lang siya yung kakausapin niya ako na do this, ganun. Hindi, girl. Talagang pinapagising niya ako early in the morning. Sasamahan niya akong mag-enroll. Like, hamanap ng school. Or to talk to DepEd to see what we can do about our situation. Ganun. And kami nangyari. And it was like years ago pa. So, really hard to get into. Pero my dad is such a wonderful person. A blessing and a gift from God. Talagang pinupush niya ako. Even siya, gigising siya ng maaga para lang samahan ako humanap ng school. And all of that. So, siya talaga yung reason ba't ako nakabalik sa school. I had to force myself to go with my dad to, DepEd and eventually enroll in the alternative learning system program. And then, after nun, saka lang ako nakapag-senior high. So, nag-stop ako when I was around 16, grade 9 ata yun. Taka lang, blend ko lang pa. Hirap pala magsalita while, doing our makeup. Parang ang hirap mag-focus. Nag-ALS ako, alternative learning system, when I was 2021. I went through the whole thing. It was only for 1 year. Graduate ako there. Kasagsagan ng COVID yon. And yun yung first time namin mag-transfer to online learning. Why did I say it like that? Okay, so anyways, ayun, graduate din ako online. I had to edit my own graduation picture because, yun nga, online lang siya. It's a precious memory for me. Kasi the teachers at the time, I was so grateful because, they were just really rooting for everybody. And, ayun, supposedly, after ng ALS, magka-college na ako agad. Kaso, ayun nga, yung teacher ko at the time was like, wag muna. Kasi nga daw, baka daw, what do you call that? Wait lang. Baka daw, ma-culture shock ako pagpasok ko ng college kasi nga ilang years akong nakatenga ng hindi nag-aaral. Baka magulat daw ako sa tindi ng pressure sa college. But besides that, I also just really wanted to delay college kasi nga it felt so scary. So anyways, I graduated yung ALS program around 2021. And then, grade 11, nag-UMS ako. I was 21 years old. After ko grade 11, I was 22 years old. A huge transition was happening in my life. So, parang nag-break din ako for 1 year. And during that transition, it took like a whole year then to adjust. So, nakapag-enroll lang ako ng grade 12, 23 na. Grade 12, moved to a new city and transferred to a new school. I was expecting na people were going to judge me. Bago pa ako bumalik or bago pa ako mag-enroll, ina-expect ko na kung saang school man ako mapunta, people were gonna judge me. As you can see, I'm very in my head talaga, very crazy. It was such a pleasant surprise to be surrounded by batchmates who were all very kind, very funny, very emotionally intelligent. Napadala yung journey ko or yung experience ko going back to school was because God surrounded me with people who are so nice, so kind, so sincere, so gentle, and I'm very grateful na sila yung mga naging kabatch ko. So I'm just gonna stop my face. And then I graduated, 24 years old ako. With high honors pa yan, yes. I really thrived in that school. I'm really grateful for that school, the teachers, the staff, the experience, everything in it. It wasn't all good, but most of it were really great. So, ayan, I'm just really grateful na dun ako napuntang school. And, you know, yun yung ganun yung na-experience ko. And it gave me a lot of courage then. Even facing the inevitable na magka-college nga ako. I was still looking for ways to delay. Basta lagi lang may fear. Tuwing may new challenges naman, lagi may fear. And in-overthink ko talaga lahat. I realized na I tend to delay yung mga bagay na I feel scared to do. Like even filming this, even vlogging, if you guys see my uploads, they're very like, hindi siya consistent. So anyways, 24, I enrolled in college and now I'm here and dito na lang din ako ng 25. Because even now that I'm in college, even in my university now, what a treat it is to be surrounded by like-minded people. So now that I'm in college, I feel like I'm so much more mature than I was last year, which is crazy kasi isang year lang yung gap. Well, not last year, noong 2024, kasi isang year lang naman yung difference. But still, nafe-feel ko na I've grown so much more. And the thing is, kahit na older ako than the people around me, I'm also learning a lot from them. And I'm grateful for the mga friendship na nabibuild ko. It's not always perfect. And to be honest, it's never gonna be perfect. I do have to say, I still feel stuck. You know, I wouldn't say na nagkaroon ako ng complete 360 sa mindset ko. Kasi hindi talaga. May mga days pa rin na I would look back in my life and be like, you know, 25 years old ka na, ba't nandito ka pa rin? It's not perfect at all. Mga regrets talaga. But like, you can't keep crying over spilled milk. Wala na eh. Nandiyan na yun. You just have to deal with what you have in the present. And if anything, it just gives me motivation to just keep going. I know it's such a cliche thing to say, pero that's really what it is. Yun yung isa sa mga reasons ba't ako na-stuck. I was so focused on what I could have done instead of what I should be doing. And I was also so busy comparing my life to others. Lagi yung life ko, ang nagiging deciding factor niya is ano bang ginagawa ng mga tao sa paligid ko. And it's really sad if you think about it. Maybe that's the reason why I'm also filming this video, because hopefully someone sees this and resonates with it, but most importantly, I hope it helps someone to feel less afraid. If I'm being honest with you, I started to feel really dumb na para bang, I don't know, I felt like nagiging bobo na ba ako? Kasi nga, hindi ko nagagamit yung brain ko. And it's funny, but also really sad. Academic achiever kasi ako. So I had expectations sa sarili ko. I had expectations na dapat ganito ka, dapat ganyan ka, dapat ganyan ka, ganyan. And pag kasi inuunahan mo siya, you know, pag pinapangunahan ka ng thoughts mo, wala, masustuck ka talaga. Yun yung big lesson ko doon eh. Kasi nga, lagi kong iniisip lahat. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with planning, preparing, thinking about stuff, thinking about what could happen. There's nothing wrong with that. Pero kasi, if yun yung nagiging deciding factor ko if I'm gonna do something or not, wala. Masastuck lang talaga ako. And yun na nga yung nangyari sa akin. Na-stuck na nga lang talaga ako. But, I'm here now and I'm glad that I'm here. If anything, it still worked out because now that I'm 25 years old, mas skill ako na yung sarili ko. I have a lot of lessons that I learned that I can share with the younger generation kasi, you know, I'm really grateful because these people that I'm with, saan sila pupunta, ate, what can you say about this? What's your opinion about this? And I'm grateful and honored na they think that my opinion matters. And this time, I'm just, yung mindset ko na lang is to just accept things and let things happen. You know, let go of the things that I can't control. And just do what you want. Because who cares about a stupid timeline? So, yeah. Ang dami kong gustong sabihin pero hindi ko matapos yung makeup ko kasi salita ako ng salita. So, let me just finish everything and get back to you guys. Ika-timelapse ko na lang ata to. Real. And to be honest, na-realize ko rin talaga yung importance ng community, the people that you surround yourself with, kasi they make things easier talaga. As in, parang you can allow yourself to go through a challenging thing or a scary thing. Kasi you know, may mga tao around you who's got your back or even experiencing the same thing as you are. It won't feel like you're alone. And also, guys, I also have to say, I got so defensive when I was going through this. Defensive na hindi naman aggressive na defensive. Defensive in a way na pinapangunahan ko yung mga tao bago pa nila ako anuhin. Kasi nga, you know, ang hilig kong decision ako. Baka decision ko. Ang hilig ko sila pangunahan. Like, even before people, like whenever I'm about to meet someone new or I'm meeting new people, new friends, before they even ask my age or my story, pinapangunahan ko na sila. Sabi ko, hi guys, I'm Zoe. Oh, by the way, I'm 25. Na para ba? Like, no one asked. Like, hindi siya normal. It's not a normal conversation to have with people. Anong age mo? Hindi naman ganun yung takbo ng people, ng conversation whenever you're meeting new people. Pero since yun nga, insecurity ko siya, parang ang mindset ko nun, mas okay naman galing sa'yo kaysa sa akin. Kaya papangunahan na lang kita kahit na hindi mo ko tinatanong. That was my mindset. Crazy, diba? I got so defensive. 2025 was such a great year for me din. Kasi nga, I was able to look at my patterns. Kung kailan ako nagiging comfortable, ano yung ginagawa ko when I'm uncomfortable. And why do I do that? I was able to reflect on those things. Ang OA ko kasi. Ang OA ko ba? Pinapangunahan ko tuloy sila. Kaya yun siguro, if someone wants my advice, if I think my opinion is important, siguro ang advice ko na lang din for people who are going through the same thing as I am, or magka-transition, you know, to college, na adult na, or even if you're just young and you're about to go through a really big change and you think it's scary, I feel like people that you surround yourself with is also such a huge factor to make things or to make the transition so much easier. I'm really lucky that I am surrounded by good people. So it's really important that you also find good people, because you know, sila kasi yung pwede mong takbuhan whenever things feel overwhelming or when you feel like parang nagsispiral ka and napaisip ka if you're doing the right decision or if may point ba yung pupuntahan mo. Kasi they can remind you of your strengths, they can remind you of your capabilities, your potential, and at the same time, you learn a lot from these people then naman. Like, wala eh. It's good to be in a community. It's good to be surrounded. Mas maganda talaga if, you know, you have people around you. For me, yeah, at least for me. Kasi, I used to be, yun nga, you know, I isolated myself a lot. I forgot the importance of relationships, of gano'n ba ka-importante ang magkaroon ng friends. Nakalimutan ko talaga siya kasi nga, in-isolate ko yung sarili ko. Pero iba pa rin talaga yung to have like a circle of friends, to have a community, have a sense of belonging. And I'm not saying na this is not to say na kailangan mo mag-fit in or to find a crowd or to be the most popular girl in school. No, no, not at all. It's just simply existing and welcoming people into your life again. Super big help niya talaga. You know, letting people see parts of you na feels vulnerable. Kasi you would find na even though may mga people na hindi mag-accept nun, the people who will accept it or the people who will embrace who you are, your wholeness, mas valuable yon, and their love is gonna feel so much bigger than your thoughts. I really hope I'm making sense kasi honestly, hindi ko nagayap na lang ako tapos hindi ko alam siya which I'm trying to fix then this year. I want to like be more intentional with my words. Hindi ko lang magsalita for the sake of yapping or to try to fill the silences. I want to like speak because I want to say something talaga na very important. Or kahit hindi important, but like because I want to, not because gusto ko lang may maingay in between the awkward silences. I guess one of the biggest lessons that I learned then is giving myself a chance. It's really important that you give yourself a chance. Na wag nating hayaan na yung circumstances natin, you know, define kung sino tayo in the future or even ano yung mga pwede natin gawin at the moment. Like, kahit 25 years old ka na or 24, or you're in your 20s and you want to go back to school, like, you should. Don't let your age tell you na you shouldn't, or kung ano man yung mga standards ng ibang tao to define or to tell us what we can or cannot do, kasi ang magsasabi lang talaga kung anong pwede mong gawin sa buhay mo is ikaw. So yeah, I guess really what I want to say is, as cliche as this sounds, I really hope that you give yourself a chance. Kung nasaang stage ka man ng life mo ngayon, no matter how old you are, you may be younger, you may be older, you may be the same age as me, about to take on a big challenge. And you know, maybe you're also like me, you've been delaying it forever kasi you've been overthinking. I really hope that you give yourself a chance because sayang naman, di ba? Whatever it is that you want to bring to the table, the world wants to see that. The world needs to see that. I want to see that. And I'm rooting for you. Huwag mong hayaan na yung standard ng society, yung standard ng mundo, or maybe sometimes even your own standards, it can stop you from actually pursuing what you want to pursue. Just experience life. Because, you know, walang mangyayari sa atin if we just keep waiting for things to be perfect. Even right now, I don't think it's perfect. And I could just stop filming this video kasi may nag-iingay na manok dyan, or I don't have the right equipment, I don't have the best lighting. I can do that, but sayang naman yung, diba, sayang naman. Why not? Really, what we can do is to just show up and do the best we can with what we have, and eventually we'll get to where we want to. And if not, lessons will be learned. You'll be meeting great people on the way. And it's still going to be great because it's your journey, it's your experience, it's you. So, yeah, go for it. I'm rooting for you, whoever you are. That's it, I guess, for today. I hope this made sense. I hope this helped. And if you have any questions, or anything, I don't know, comment them down below. That feels weird to say, but yeah. I think I'm gonna go now. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you in my next video.